Here we are, we're out and about again. I'm with Sam today, and we're going to talk about innovation. Sam, how are you, buddy? All right, mate?
Good to see you.
Why are we talking about innovation, and why have we got this bit of kit still behind us here?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are, at KME, we're doing things slightly differently. And what we're doing different is the way we approach innovation is we firstly look at what has been the answer to the problem along the pipeline.
Yeah.
So, throughout time, MOD or whoever the customer is will go out to industry and say, we want to achieve X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And of course, industry answers it in the best way they can at that time, given what they know at that time and what technology is available at that time. So this is a prime example. So this Apache helicopter, we've provided and have taken the main systems and displays out of that. And we're now providing that into soldier systems that can go into armoured vehicles.
So we're talking the MVs, because the screens in here were a level up from anything anybody else had, weren't they? They were MVs. Mm-hmm. You could use them at night with your nods and all that sort of stuff. So, and you're basically saying it was good in there, it would be good down here as well.
Exactly right. You got it. So that's the prime example of how we've done this. And this is the great thing with the GTAC partnership, as you're really involved in. So we're doing that with the GTAC. We're doing that with devices going into armoured vehicles. Now that's where it started. Now we followed that same concept along. So as you know, with RAW, we've done that with, how are soldiers marking drop zones? How are they marking their RVs? How are they doing things out on the ground? Or are they doing it with a glow stick? Okay, is that still the best way to approach that?
That's right, because technology's moved on, hasn't it? So what was good 10 years ago, perhaps with technology advancements, isn't as good now.
Exactly right.
And so you're bringing solutions to the end user by listening to what the end user needs and looking at what's available on the market.
Exactly right. And so that's the first and the kind of the initial starting point of how we were approaching our innovation solutions, going into the marketplace. So we have that. We're looking at also horizon scanning for other technologies outside of the defence space. So when you look at, this is what everyone's doing in industry, is that the best way to do it? Can we take things from automotive? How does that fall into place? So that's the beginning of the innovation process. And then working with guys like yourself, guys like Jock, ex-Royal Marines, all people that are users, but they've also got a vested interest and they understand what we're doing. So that's very much what we're doing here, is we're showing some of the innovations, educating end users on some of the things that are coming. And we've got some real good, interesting innovations coming after RAW. We've got lasers coming for rifles and pistols. We've got, we've got soldier systems that, have really reduced thermal signatures that you can use with night vision. So a similar version to MVIS, but the next version of MVIS.
Yeah, I mean, it's an ever-evolving platform, the battlefield, so it makes sense that you keep up with it. Okay, you've got to keep ahead of it slightly, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's that piece of trying to look beyond tactics and techniques that are being used at the moment. So we very much study, how are soldiers operating at the moment? You look at the current conflicts and how they're employing different techniques there. Okay, how can you fight smarter? And we can use some of the some of the subject matter experts that we've got, and then we can bring beyond that with the TTUs and the trials development units and so on. And that's very much what this interaction is to engage with the end user, the subject matter experts, and bring all that together.
And looking into the future, I suppose you can have a rough idea with what technology is on the horizon of what problems are going to be faced in the very near future.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's in which battlefield, in which space. So where do we think, some of the technology we're bringing forward is going to be best employed? So if you look at what's going on in Europe, you think, okay, well, everyone's going to be fighting under night vision. We know that. So that's one thing. But that's only one thing. How do we answer a lot of the other issues?
And night vision isn't just one tiered now. It's thermal. There's so many different ways that you can be spotted now. So you need so many different defences.
Absolutely. So when we get into RAW and some of the things we're doing there, we're going to be using IR to give you the ability to provide concealment for your own troops. So we're talking about blinding enemy. We're talking about engaging the enemy and allowing you to see them, but they can't see you. And how do we do that? And you go back to ambush lights and that kind of technology. Well, we can get smarter than that now with what we have available to us.
That's brilliant. And it's good to see you taking it seriously, because the problems that are going to be faced in the future need to be tackled with the solutions that we can provide now.
Yeah, absolutely.